So I'll just start us off by saying good afternoon and thanks so much for joining us today. I hope everyone's having a lovely week so far, although the weather is saying otherwise, I think. But I'm Heather Geddes, and along with my membership colleague Shay Smith, we'll be hosting this event for a whistle-stop tour of the benefits of being a member of Glasgow Chamber of Commerce. So just a wee bit of background, Glasgow Chamber of Commerce was founded in 1783 when the merchants and traders realised that if they came together, they had a stronger, more resolute voice when trading internationally. So fast forward 200 plus years, we still do the same thing, bringing businesses together to connect, grow and be heard. And in other words, supporting members, championing Glasgow. So I'll pass you over to my colleague Shay to introduce himself.
Everyone, thanks for that, Heather. So I'm Shay Smith from the membership team. Thank you to everyone again for taking the time to invest in your business through membership at the Glasgow Chamber of Commerce. We really do appreciate this greatly. We have a lot to get through this afternoon, but we're going to be sharing all the details of the speakers that we've got in. So you can hear from them all in a follow-up email after the event. And don't panic, as I already mentioned, we are recording a session, so you can watch it back as many times as you like, which wouldn't surprise me, to be honest, when you get people like me and Heather hosting it for yourself. We also do encourage you to share everything that you learned today with all your fellow colleagues, whether it be passing on the good word, if there is any, or sending on a recording of the event, because at the end of the day, membership's for the entire organisation and not just the individual that uses it the most. So any questions, pop it in the chat function, and we'll get to these after the speakers if we have time at the end. So without further ado, it gives me great pleasure to introduce our first speaker of the day. It's going to be Alan Busby from our events and training team. So over to you, Alan.
Well, thank you very much, Shay and Heather, for asking me along today. And actually, I'm looking around the faces in the room today. I actually recognise quite a lot of you from coming along to a lot of our events. Not even just over the last couple of years, for many years as well, because I'm part of the furniture at the Chamber. I've been here forever, and I've worked on the training and events portfolio since I joined the Chamber. We'll not go back to when I did come in as well. It's my role really to offer all of the events and all of the personal development courses that you see the Chamber promoting to help businesses grow and develop. For me, I often get made fun of in the office because I always say it's all about events, and it is all about events, because we know most people join the Chamber to network and to come along to the Chamber events as well. So I thought I always get around for this because I get given 2 minutes and I take 3 hours usually, but I promise I'm going to fly through this very quickly. I just want to give you a quick snapshot of a couple of the types of events that we offer, and then a couple of the training courses that we've got on offer, and then a little bit of promotion of a couple of things that are coming up as well, if Shay and Heather will let me. So I wanted to just we've got events that sort of cater for every level of person in your business, whether it be the business leader and the person driving the business forward, right through to your team and how to develop it, and I'll give them networking opportunities in order to generate sales and grow the business as well. A couple that I just wanted to highlight: we've got our Glasgow Talk series, which is sponsored by the Adam Smith Business School. That's one of our flagship events that we get a high profile business speaker along, and we've had people in the past like Nicola Sturgeon. I'm trying to think of the last one. We did one around Corp recently where we had a panel session come together. It was looking at 6 months on from Corp and trying to understand what was the Glasgow Pact all about and what has been the impact of the Glasgow Pact in the 6 months that's happened since Corp, and what has been the impact in Glasgow itself as well. We also do lots of networking events. We do as a sort of chamber staple that you'll see most chambers of commerce do, which is speed networking, where you all get a minute to do an elevator pitch at a table and enjoy a starter or a main course, and then you all switch courses, switch tables for the second course as well. And it's a really structured way to network, but it's actually really good fun, and always gets a really good reaction from our membership as well. And we do a lot of policy orientated or influencer styled events as well. So you get the opportunity to maybe share some of your business concerns or business needs with policymakers or influencers who can make a difference as well. And quite often we're using that as a thought gathering exercise in order to shape our own opinion as a chamber and how we will lobby both the Scottish and UK governments on your behalf as well. Training wise, we've got a lot of things such as our Flourish Rising Stars programme, which is for people who are developing as leaders. Our Flourish is for people who are established leaders. Our Rising Stars is for people who are coming up the ranks in the sort of business as well. And it's a sort of 5-day programme that allows you to grow and develop and utilise those skills to get the best out of the business in your team. We do some cyber security training, international trade training. That's something that we're big at. We're sort of unrivaled in the city around our international trade training in terms of our offering, and that's both at a certification level and also at trade development level as well. And then there's some business skills courses and some workshops as well, covering things like the legislative stuff, like your first aid requirements, right through to things around time management, developing your team, your sort of management skills as well. A couple of things that I want to just flag up for you as well. We've got our Business Awards, which is our biggest event of the year. It attracts along about 700 to 800 people at it. That takes place in October. There's 17 categories, and I know we've got a couple of sponsors in the room today, so I thought I would just highlight their categories to you all. So we've got CubeNet, who are sponsoring our Innovation in Business category as well, celebrating business innovation and development. And then we've got our NHS Greater Glasgow and Clyde, the Healthy Working Lives team, who are sponsoring our Fair and Healthy Workplace. All the details are at glasgowbusinessawards.com, and I would encourage you all to apply. And to make it all easy for you, we're running a webinar this Friday at 10 o'clock on how to apply, how to win a business award. I can't guarantee you'll win if you come along to the session, but you'll get all the hints and tips, and you'll hear from a couple of past winners on how they approached the process and what it meant to them as well. And one other event I wanted to just quickly flag up with you is next Tuesday, we're doing an event called Thrive to Survive. It has a lunch and networking opportunity, and also has a bit of content that's been delivered by Campbell Muir on how to identify growth areas and value for your business, how to understand how much your business is valued at, and also your decision-making process. It's free to come along. It's taking place at Clockwise, and lunch is included. It's a fantastic networking opportunity, and I will hand you back to Shay and Heather. Thank you.
Thanks very much, Alan. Managed to get through that quite quickly. Thank you. So next we'll pass you on to our marketing and communications manager, Anne-Marie Hughes.
Hi everyone. I'd now like to take you through a few of the ways that you can promote your company through your chamber membership. Please do send in any press releases or good news stories to the marketing email address, which is marketing@glasgowchamberofcommerce.com, so that we can share them on our website, and we also select some to push out through our social media channels and email bulletins too. We have over 53,000 followers across all our social media channels, with LinkedIn and Twitter being our strongest platforms. Those are a great way to promote your business to fellow members and the wider business community. And we would encourage everyone to follow those social media channels to hear about the latest events from Alan, because as he said, it's all about events, as well as member and chamber news. You can also sign up to the mailing list via the member portal to receive our regular chamber bulletins, as well as information on Circular Glasgow, DYW Glasgow, member benefits, international trade, and updates from our chief executive. You can access this on the top right-hand corner of our website. Using the portal, you can also update your company details, book events or training, post member-to-member offers, and view the member directory. Please also encourage all your colleagues to sign up to our emails too. We also produce a quarterly magazine, Glasgow Business, in which we publish articles about Glasgow and the work that the Chamber is doing. Current and back issues are available on our website in the news section. The publication also includes a member news section, and we do feature some of the good news stories that we receive here too. Things like awards won, investment, expansion, or new contracts, for instance. Whilst we cannot absolutely guarantee inclusion, it all depends on the amount of space we have available and the number of articles that we receive. We do use a considerable number of suitable articles that we get in, and for that we look for roughly 150 to 180 words plus a high-res image. If you would like to tell the story of your business, so who you are and what you do, we offer advertisement and advertorial opportunities in this publication too, as well as in our chamber bulletins. And finally, we have our YouTube channel, which members can subscribe to in order to catch up on any chamber videos or webinars that they have missed. Links to everything that I have mentioned are available on our website, which is glasgowchamberofcommerce.com. Thank you.
Shay, you're on mute.
Thank you for that, and thank you, Anne-Marie. So just going to drop a quick note as well after you briefly mentioned the members portal there. I'm just going to speak quickly about the members directory, which I'm sure if anyone's had a meeting with me, they will have heard me preach about in the past. So the members directory is essentially where you'll find a list of our members and their email addresses to our main contact for each organisation. You can contact each of these members as you please, being part of that fellow chamber community. And if there's any particular company that you think you'd be specifically keen to meet, just give either myself or Heather or any part of the chamber team for that matter a shout, and we can actually make those warmer introductions for you. On the members portal, you're also going to find our member offers page, and from here you can post exclusive offers to your fellow chamber members, as well as browse the offers that are currently available to yourself. So you can highlight events here too, and if you're really looking to boost those attendee numbers at your events, I would recommend doing so.
Yep, and then also just to make sure that your record and business description are up to date so that any other members can also find you too by using the directory as well. So I'll now pass on to Seren from our International Trade Development Department. Sorry.
Thanks, Heather. Hi, everyone. Nice to see you all today. So as Heather said, my name's Seren and I work on the international trade team at the Chamber. And international trade is a really important part of the Chamber's work. And we want to make sure that you as our members are supported in this area and that we're really helping Scottish firms to grow and expand internationally. So one of the main things that we offer are international trade missions. And these trade missions are, they basically focus on a specific sector or a specific country or city. So just to give you an example, we've just recently taken a delegation of 9 Scottish businesses over to Oslo in Norway, and the focus was renewable energy and innovation. So these Scottish businesses came with us, it was 2.5 days, and they had the opportunity to hear from industry experts in Norway talking about what's going on in the sector, what the opportunities are, what the challenges are, and then they also had the chance to meet with Norwegian businesses over there. And then one of the other things that we really focus on is kind of how to do business in that country, what the business etiquette is, what the culture is. So kind of throughout the year, we have an agenda of different markets and different sectors that we'll be focusing on. So our next one is to Egypt for COP27. So if that's of interest to anyone, please get in touch and let me know. But alternatively, if there are sectors or markets that you know, you're interested in internationally, then it would be great to hear your feedback so that we can make sure that we're planning accordingly. We also have a huge network of international partners and international chambers. So as we're part of the British Chamber of Commerce network, we have access to 53 international British chambers who we have good relationships with a lot of them. We also have our own 1783 Presidents Network, which is basically, they're basically global Glaswegians, which are based overseas. And then we also have good relationships with companies like SDI and with China British Business Council. So if there are markets that you're looking at, it's probably likely that we do have a connection. So yeah, it'd be great to hear from you. And then one other thing to mention is our COP26 International Legacy Project, which we're currently working hard on. And as some of you might know, we held the Climate Chamber mission during COP26 in November. And this was a kind of global business initiative. It was a 2-day hybrid event, which aimed at bringing together businesses that were leading in the fields of circular economy and sustainability. So overall, we had around 85 companies that attended, 170 delegates, and this was from over 12 countries. So as a result of that, we really strengthened our links internationally, but also as a result, we've now created this legacy project, which we're calling the Climate Chamber City. And it's basically going to be an online platform where businesses can continue to connect together, learn together, and trade together. So I won't say anything more about that right now, but just to make you aware and just to keep your eyes out for any updates and maybe how you can get involved in the future, because we will be launching this for businesses probably around September. And then just finally, we are also suppliers of the internationalisation support for Glasgow City Council's Business Growth Programme. So if you are, if you do have any kind of international requirements or you want any support, then I'd really encourage you to apply for this programme. And if you get in touch with me, I can send across the details. So I think that's everything around international trade. I'd love to hear from you if you have any queries, or if you want to share with me your interest in markets or sectors. Thanks.
Thanks for that, Seren. There's some really, really exciting international opportunities to be had. So again, please do not hesitate to reach out to Seren. Next, we're going to move on to our Senior International Customs and Certifications Manager, Anne-Marie Quayle, who's going to discuss the Certification and Customs Declarations Department.
Thank you, Shay. Good afternoon, everyone. As Shay said, my name is Anne-Marie Quayle and I head up the International Customs and Certifications Department. We have a team of 6 executives who look after all the documentations. For over 100 years, the Chambers of Commerce have been trusted by the governments and business to certify certificates of origin and preferential trade documents. And every year, our executives issue thousands of documents relating to millions of pounds worth of goods, ensuring that your goods can get into the foreign countries without minimal delays, and costs. Today, we help approximately 300 plus businesses, giving support, advice, and helping them connect with businesses opportunities in both the UK and internationally. We work with companies of a large size and small, from a large multinational whisky companies and manufacturing companies to small companies with an entrepreneur working directly from their garage or their kitchen table. Our team of executives can assist you with all your documentation and processing requirements, from certification, legalisation. We process UK certs of origin, Arab British certs of origin, EUR1, and various other documents that are required for your international trade. We also provide carnets for temporary movement of goods. We offer a letter of credit service to help you get paid quicker, to mitigate the risk and take away the stress of the process for your exports. Most of our documents are processed and certified electronically. You would get access to the system, and if you require, you can print the documents in your own office and we would supply the paperwork, or alternatively, we can print them for you in the office. And since Brexit, we introduced Chamber Customs Service. As a local customs agents, we're able to clear the goods for your import and for export at every port in the UK. We don't get involved in the warehousing or logistics, but we can work alongside your agent, your forwarder, or your haulier. We offer a high level of compliance and assurance for all our customers, as well as handling the declarations. We can provide custom consultancy and advice, whether that's looking at doing excise warehousing or starting up warehousing or training for customs. We can arrange that for you as well. We work closely with Foreign and Commonwealth Office, embassies, HMRC, and other chambers in the UK and around the world. And if you're interested in exporting or importing, or require any customs declarations or advice and would like more information, please give us a call, and I'm sure Shay and Heather will provide you with the contact details at the end. Thank you.
Thanks for that, Anne-Marie. So talking about internationalisation, that's a mouthful for me. That brings me on to talk about quickly about the City Council's Glasgow Business Growth Programme, which I'd like to talk to just for a couple of minutes, about seconds even. The aim of the programme is to create a connected and collaborative network of specialist support and expertise. SMEs can access the support that best suits their growth aspirations for absolutely no charge. And the Glasgow Chamber supports the internationalisation lot directly, but we have member businesses support each of the 10 lots, including design thinking, leadership, innovation and financial management. So we'll make sure to include a link to find out how this free support can help your business grow in our follow-up email after this.
Just following on from that, the Glasgow Chamber of Commerce is proud that we have 2 projects that run out of the chamber, which are the Developing Young Workforce Glasgow and Circular Glasgow. Well, there's not really much more to say. I'll let the team talk you through this. So first off, I'm going to go to Eileen Anderson at Developing Young Workforce Glasgow.
Thanks, Shay, and Heather, obviously, too, for inviting me along today to talk about Developing Young Workforce. For those of you who don't know, Developing Young Workforce was started in 2014 in Glasgow by the Glasgow Employment Skills Board. It was identified at the time that businesses were not engaging enough with young people in school. So traditionally, a young person would go through secondary school, get to 4th year, go out in a work placement, whether it was relevant to what they wanted to do when they left school or not. And that was basically all they got in terms of business engagement, which isn't enough. Young people need interactions with businesses. And so the GESB commissioned rocket science to do research for them. And it was found that if a young person has 4 or more interactions with a business whilst in secondary school, they're 5 times less likely to be unemployed when they leave school. So it's crazy statistics. So you can see how important it is that businesses are in talking to young people in schools. So we engage with 35 schools in Glasgow, 30 mainstream and 5 additional support needs. And we also engage with businesses to encourage them to go in and support young people and obviously guide them in their career choices. There is a skills shortage in Scotland, not just in Glasgow, and there are ageing workforces. And so now is the time to engage with young people in schools to tell them why you're the employer of choice, and also why someone, when they leave school, should come into your sector. We offer 3 levels of interactions with schools, and that's engagement, collaboration, and influencing. Engagement would be maybe coming to a careers event, just talking to young people about your sector. Collaboration would be maybe doing CV workshops, mock interviews, inspirational talks, work placements. And then influencing would be literally influencing the curriculum. So we launched a project last year called Digital Critical Friends, and every school in Glasgow has an expert in IT working with the IT department and pupils, helping them to understand the type of roles that are available when they leave school. So our appeal is basically for the young people of Glasgow. They've had a horrendous 2 years. They've had no interactions with any businesses. They're coming through school. They need guidance and support. And whilst that tends to fall to teaching staff are dealing with social issues, mental health issues. They're trying to get young people back on track in learning processes. And so, like I say, we're appealing to businesses to give up some of their time to go in and talk to young people about what it's like when they leave school and go into the world of work. So I'll put my email address into the chat. If anybody's interested in catching up after, I would love to hear from you.
Thanks, Eileen. I'll just move on to Cheryl McCulloch from our Circular Glasgow.
Yeah, thanks Heather and thanks Shay, and it's good to see you all. I hope you're all still following what's going on, because I know there's been lots of information thrown at you already, so I'll try not to throw far too much more at you. But I, as Heather says, I work with the Circular Glasgow team, and actually one of the lovely things that listening to what's been said already, Circular is actually sort of part of all of the different activities the Chamber are involved in. So one question I usually ask, but I suppose audience participation is always slightly more difficult in Zoom, shall we say, but is how many people are familiar with the concept of a circular economy. But basically what we're doing is trying to encourage businesses to think a bit differently about how they operate, because a circular economy is how you try and keep your goods and your services in as use for as long as possible at as high a value as possible. Now that's one description that tries to keep it fairly simple, but the simplest way that we describe it to business is it's about enough for everyone forever. So we've very much been working over the last sort of 5, 6, 7 years, which is quite frightening to think about, to really encourage businesses to think about actually what are they doing in terms of their operations. Are there opportunities to think differently, to look at maybe innovation, to look at collaborating with people they might never have thought about? One of the first things we did was partner a bakery and a brewery together to make bread from unsold morning rolls. Something that happened years ago, but it's a brilliant example. So what can businesses be doing to try and encourage some of that? So for us, we very much established a Circular Glasgow network, and that's about how businesses can connect, interact, and start to have some of those conversations. So that's something over the next sort of 6 to 12 months we'll be really developing, and we'd be delighted to have businesses who are maybe interested, don't know much about sustainability or circular economy, but might want to find out more. Delighted to have you guys come along and support some of that. Equally, if you're doing some fantastic things and think that everyone should know about it, also please let us know, because as part of the communications offer from a whole chamber, we love to tell the story. And that's a brilliant thing about circular economy, because it can feel a bit out there, a bit something that I don't quite get. But if you can tell someone that a business did this and this is the impact, it makes it much more real for them. We do quite a lot of work with specific sectors such as food and drink, construction, and something that I'm really excited that we're just about to launch is a new programme called Step Up to Net Zero, which will be offering some opportunities for business to look at how they can really progress some of their ambitions, and then have a bit of a placement in to try and support that activity. So I won't say too much about that, but I will share that and more, and we'll be out with a bit more detail in due course. But really the reason I think it's great to be involved in the project I'm involved in is it has started to touch on lots of the other activities. So Serin's talked about Corp and international trade stuff, and it's great to see how circular economy is forming part of those links to really help develop a kind of wider, more strategic circular economy. And actually, Eileen, one thing that Eileen didn't mention around the work with developing a workforce is there's a huge move to try and help support green and sustainable skills into those jobs of the future that we need to start to plug in. And I know there was an event yesterday where we had schools presenting challenges around circular economy in terms of team activities, which were some brilliant examples, and I did see a couple of the schools before they went. So it's just great to see how this is all sort of ballooning out from some of the work we've been doing, but it'd be lovely to engage with any of the business on this call just now. And I will pass back to Shay and Heather.
Thank you for that, Cheryl. So now that we have met some of the Chamber team, it's going to be my pleasure to introduce you to some of our other partners. So we have, through British Chambers of Commerce, some long-standing affinity partners, and if used correctly, any one of these offers can give you savings that will far outweigh your organisation's annual membership fee. So I'm excited to say that firstly we have Neil Handy from Money Corp.
Good morning all, hope you're all well. Yeah, I'm not Niall Handy from Money Corp, and we run the Chamber Effects benefit. So, you know, with the focus of a chamber being international in a lot of respects, what's really important, of course, is the currency and moving it around the world or receiving it, buying and selling, and how you do that. And we're specialists in that. And the Chamber Effects benefit open to all members. We were actually celebrating our 10-year anniversary with working with the chambers. So we're a long-standing partner. And the idea is that we go out and get to know you guys. We're local, so I'm in Edinburgh, but I cover Scotland and Northern Ireland. And get to know the business a bit better and take a look just basically what you're doing and how you're doing your foreign exchange. Firstly, a bit about Money Corp to give you a bit of background. So we're a long established business. We're about 45 years old. We're the largest independent FX provider in the UK. So we traded about £9.5 billion worth of currency last year. We've got, I think, 6,000 corporate clients, and we do private as well. We trade 120 plus currencies. So we're pretty big and pretty specialist at what we do. What the benefit kicks in for you guys is that we have a wider range of product sets. So stage one is cost and price. So if you wanted just to do, if you're currently using a bank for your currencies, that is either receiving money or sending money, sending international payments, or just converting currency that you've received. On average, if you're using a bank, we could save you up to about 75% on your cost. A lot of those costs are hidden from a bank. They're within the rate and stuff. So we try to be a bit more transparent and show you where we charge, and therefore you can make a fair comparison. But on average, we can save clients, about their members, about 75%. We don't charge things like membership fees, international payment fees. We don't charge account fees. We charge the spread that's in the rate, and that's it, nothing else. So it's quite easy for clients to understand. The other big thing that banks don't do that we do is we have a wider product set. Now this is important because traditionally you may have been offered very limited amount of ways and products or strategies and how to use those products and strategies to hedge. Quite limited. Spot and forward tends to be the only way banks operate. We also have a wider range of products, including options and derivatives. And what that means is, without getting too fancy and technical, it basically means we can come out and put a strategy around what your unique business wants. Every business is different, and therefore one product doesn't fit every business, but we've got many products to fit many businesses. So without going too much more into everything else in the detail, that's it in a nutshell. We can say the basic offering is we'll save you money. If you do nothing differently and you're just doing what you're doing, just do that with your Chamber FX benefit, we save you some money. And hopefully, as Jay said, more than covers your membership fees for the Chamber. There's the strategy and structure that I will offer you personally, so I come out and get to know you in the business. And then there's things like, if you don't want to do any of that and you just want market knowledge, I can do that too. So we offer things like, we give you market updates on a daily, weekly, monthly basis. If you're entering into a market that you haven't been into before and you're unsure of the currency, we find this a lot with members actually. They're entered into, let's say, Oslo, that Sarah was talking about, and actually, what's the Norwegian kroner doing? What kind of currency is it? Can you trade it? Can you not? What are the pitfalls, and how do you physically trade it? So an awful lot of work goes into exploring new markets, and people actually forget about currency. That you end up selling a product somewhere and you forget about, well, how am I going to get the money out of that country or into that country for the initial setup cost? That's where we help. So we're very specialist in what we do. If you're anyway connected to the foreign market and anyway moving currency around, then it's worth a very quick, it could be 10 minutes and I will tell you very quickly whether the benefit will benefit you or whether it won't. And that's kind of it. I think we forecast, we offer forecasts as well, which is also always quite useful for members. So this is just an indication of where we think markets are going to be going to. So where they are, and why they're here. So let's look at Ukraine or Boris Johnson or Brexit or COVID. Those things affect markets. I'll explain what has happened and why it's happened. And I'll give you a little my personal view of where I think markets are going. In case you're trying to plan for the next year or you're doing budgets, you don't have to trade with us. You don't have to open an account. You just might want to chat about foreign exchange. And that's what that benefit is all about. It's just talking and trying to help. I think that's my 2.5 minutes. I'll send slides out. I know that was quite quick. I'll send some slides out via Heather and share as well.
That's perfect, Niall. Thanks very much.
Cool.
I'll just pass on to the Caroline Mason from Westfield Health.
It's that moment where you always forget to actually take off your mute button, isn't it, before you speak? So good afternoon to everybody. My name is Caroline from Westfield Health, and I've just been invited along again to just give you a little bit of a short overview of our services, how we can support your organisation, and certainly about the primary chamber health plan that you all could have access to support your business. So with Westfield Health, we've been a partner of the British Chamber of Commerce now for over 15 years, and we are one of the preferred affinity partners and certainly one of the preferred partners for health and wellbeing. We can work alongside your organisation to help your business improve your workplace health and wellbeing. So our options do range from health plans to private health cover. We offer tailored health mental health support, and we also offer wellbeing coaching on webinars. And that's just a quick overview of just some of the options that we do. For ourselves, it's all around understanding your health and wellbeing challenges, your objectives, and working with you to actually design a health plan and actually what's going to work and add value to your organisation. Now, one of our most popular options is the Chamber Primary Health Plan, which is exclusive to Chamber members. This is a great option, and it's available there for companies of all sizes. So it doesn't matter what your objective is. If you're a smaller organisation and you're looking to actually support your immediate staff, who are all key workers, that's absolutely fine. But if you're a larger organisation and you're looking to complement your rewards and benefits, again, we have a plan and a level that is suitable for any budget in any organisation. So the Chamber Plan does focus on everyday health cover. It does provide valuable support services as well. So again, ranging from our GP helpline, which is included, to mental health support. It's all around allowing your staff to actually get quick access to diagnostic tests and treatment. It's a great option, again, if you are looking at your overall health and wellbeing strategies, if you're looking around how to attract staff, how to reward and recognise them. There really is something there for everybody and for all staff. It's all around helping your staff's money go further, and it can really offer a range of valuable services for you. If you are wanting any more information, because I appreciate just within a few minutes, there's so much that we can talk about. There's so many savings that you can get on some other services. So if you are wanting some more information, please just let your membership team know. We can then arrange to get some information sent across to you, or if you're wanting to arrange a call to understand how we can help your business, again, speak to your Chamber membership team and they can pass on your details. So very quick, very high level overview. Like I said, there's so much that we can do to support organisations with health and wellbeing. I just cannot get it within 2 minutes. But if you do want any further information, just let us know. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that, Caroline. It's great to hear a little bit more about the services that you provide for us. So now I'm going to pass you on to the Business Support Manager, Miles Day from Quest.
Hi, everyone. So what does Quest give you as part of your Chamber membership? It's already built in. We support the British Chamber of Commerce nationally, and you already have access to a level of our services from day one in most instances. So what do you get? You get 4 services: HR, health and safety, legal and tax support. And what does that mean? So it gives you 5 advice lines. That's in HR, health and safety, legal, tax and VAT. I always get told off for leaving the VAT out, but VAT is very important. The 3 document libraries, again, HR and health and safety. There's over 400 HR documents, over 200 health and safety documents, and about 100 legal documents, all templated with lots of information and guidance notes. And you've also got insurance against employment tribunals, for up to £1 million per year and £100,000 per claim, and that covers you for legal representation, award or settlement at tribunal. That's underneath you after 90 days of joining your chamber. How do you access it? It's via the advice line, which is 01455 852 037, and you select one of the options 1 to 5 for the different advice lines and 6 to make a claim. You access the document libraries via the website, which is www.chamberhr.co.uk, or alternatively via your chamber website. You should have your own unique logins, which would have been issued to you when you joined your chamber. If you haven't got them, please reach out to your chamber, or alternatively reach out to us at Quest, and we can get those emailed out to you. And that's in essence what you get as part of the membership. You also get me, which is we offer a one-to-one review service where we can actually go through where you are right now with regard to your HR and where you are with your health and safety, and look at what kind of journey you need to go on to get to compliance and to make sure you're protected as a business. We have been involved with the Chamber a very, very long time, and I'm sure that every single business in some way will need this support. If I was to go to direct market, you'd be looking at around £1,000 per year for this level of service. Bear that in mind before you go anywhere else. Pick up the phone to the advice line, go into the document library for the documentation. It's sitting there, it's there for you to use, but it's a bit of a big secret. So it sits behind your chamber membership. Make sure you take it up when you get a chance and when you need to. I'll put my details if you want to book your one-to-one review in the chat. And if you do need me, you can also reach out to Heather or any of the other chamber staff, and they'll put you in touch with me if you lose track of where I am on the list. All right, next. Over to you, Heather.
Thanks so much, Miles. Yes, definitely worth taking a look at if you haven't already. I will now pass on to Esther from the AA.
Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you, Heather. Thank you, Shay, for giving me the opportunity just to run through the benefits of being a chamber member. Like everybody else has said, we've had a really long-standing membership with Chamber of Commerce since 1998. So that's what, 24 years. And this relationship gives you benefits for your breakdown cover. It equates to about nearly up to 67% off our standard rates. Those rates are then fixed for 12 months, and then it's always up to 67% discounts. Policies last for 12 months. Vehicles can be either a company-owned vehicle or your own private car, as long as they're used for business purposes. The cover is really easy to book. If you want to do it, you can either call through. We've got a team of 14 agents who are happy to take your call. You've got a 4-digit promotion code you quote, and just let them know which chamber you're a member of, and they can sign you up. Or we've got a dedicated URL which you can click in straight to the quote page. You put your details in and it comes back with a quote. So an average would be, if you've got one vehicle on the lowest level of cover, you're talking about a saving of about £153. The next level of cover, it's about £200+ savings per vehicle that you can have through the Chamber of Commerce. This membership then gives you access to over 2,500 patrols. Some of them are dedicated battery assist, or they can deal with fuel problems, or if you've lost your key or broken your keys, they can do that as well. We have specific levels of cover, so depending on what you use your vehicle for, the agents will go through a set of questions, and then they'll sort of find the best policy that suits your needs. You say yes, they sign you up. The cover starts within 24 hours, and then you've got 12 months cover from that date. It also gives you access, if you need to have cover, to go into Europe, and then we then align with all the other organisations across Europe, so you get the same level of service. All our patrols are obviously trained to a very high standards. We have most on newest equipment to cater for electric vehicles or hybrid vehicles. And yes, it's obvious what we do, but it's just to highlight that, you know, there's a huge saving. And as Shay said, I think in some cases the actual savings you make outweighs what you pay for your membership. We're also keen to share with you any insights we've got. So that's like a value add. So any articles that we do around electric vehicles, predominantly at the moment, we will share that with you. So you've got full information. And if you are thinking of changing to EVs, you can actually make a really informed decision. If you don't know what the code is, obviously Shay and Heather will have that information for you. I can put my details in the chat. If you want to give me a call, I can talk you through the website if you get stuck, or the team of agents will also be happy to help you as well. But yeah, if you've got any questions, I'm happy to take any questions. I'll put my telephone number and email address in the chat as well for you. And that's it from me. Very short and sweet.
Thanks for that, Esther, and thanks for coming along to speak today. So I would be passing you on to Simon Wilson from AXA Health at the moment, but unfortunately he wasn't able to make it today. However, he was kind enough to send over a video. So I'll just get that played for you all the now, if you bear with me, please. Technology wasn't always one of my strongest points. Perfect. I'll need Heather, if you can give me a thumbs up if you can all hear this.
As a small business, keeping your people at the top of their game is a priority. You can't afford for anyone to be off work for too long, including yourself. This is the case for IT specialist company Stevenson & Co. Their clients rely on their expertise to stay up and running. We've helped them put together a tailored healthcare package that can help keep Mike Stevenson and his team focused, fit and healthy. Anyone can develop a bad back or neck pain after leaning over a computer for hours every day. With their therapies option, Mike and his employees can get treated by one of our recognised therapists to help relieve aches and pains before they worsen. If further treatment is needed, they can have consultations with a specialist under their standard outpatient option. And they can choose from a long list of private hospitals as part of the treatment option they selected. Sometimes a sore throat can be just as debilitating, especially when Mike and his team need to speak to clients day in, day out about their IT issues. With unlimited access to our Doctor at Hand online GP service, Mike's employees can jump on a video call in between meetings and speak to a doctor. In fact, they can do this 24/7 to discuss any symptoms they might be feeling and get their prescriptions sent straight to their home or workplace. Mike wants to support the well-being of his team for when the everyday doesn't go to plan, which is why he chose the Employee Assistance Programme option. Our experts are just a phone call away to help Mike and his team through their worries. Investing in your employees' well-being is an investment in your business's well-being. To find out more, call our small business experts on 0800 389 7413 or get a quote online. As a small business.
So if Simon weren't here, I would I'd very much like to thank him, although I'm sure that he will be watching this back. So thank you, Simon, for sending that video over. I'll pass you back over to Heather at the moment.
Yeah, so that's great. Thanks, Shay. So just the next speaker, which is the Deputy Chief Executive of the Scottish Chambers of Commerce, Charandeep Singh. If you ever want to go ahead.
Thank you, Heather. That's terrific. Need to get myself one of those videos. That was excellent. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Charandeep Singh, the Deputy Chief Executive at Scottish Chambers of Commerce. Delighted to be here. And if you're not already convinced enough that your membership gives you bang for your buck, I'm hopefully going to try and push you over the line. But it's great to see new members joining Glasgow Chamber. It's fantastic. So we are the Scottish Chambers of Commerce, and Glasgow Chamber is a very active local chamber, making sure that all of your needs are fed in at a national and international level. All of the key elements that have been shared already really are what I would term as practical examples of why your local chamber is really your critical friend, regardless of the size of your business. We are truly your local, national and international Chamber of Commerce. In fact, we are the world's largest business-to-business network. So really an exciting network to be a part of. The one area that I did want to touch on was on business mentoring, which Glasgow Chamber provides through the Scottish Chambers of Commerce network, and is available to you as a member of Glasgow Chamber. So specifically the business mentoring service, we've been operating this for at least 15 years, and it offers businesses of really any size and sector the chance to secure an experienced mentor, either in the same sector that you operate in or another sector, to help you with your development and growth plans. The mentoring relationship lasts typically around 12 months and provides you with a one-to-one mentor to work with you on any of your growth areas, problem areas, challenges, new commercial opportunities. It is a free service as part of your chamber membership, and you can access it either through your membership executive, who can refer you to us, or you can go directly online onto scottishbusinessmentoring.co.uk to see more about the service and sign up online. For us, it's a really valuable service because the mentors that are part of the programme are experienced people, and they're located all across Scotland. We have nearly 1,000 mentors on our database. And typically several hundred businesses go through a mentoring experience each year. And whilst it's not quite 100%, 94% of participating businesses increase their turnover after their mentoring experience as a direct result of that support service. So it's there for the offering. And I know there's been a lot of services that have been shared today, but it's available really at whatever part of the business journey that you're on. And just to repeat, you can access it through your membership executive who can refer to SEC directly, and one of our mentoring executives will walk you through that journey. Or you can go online at scottishbusinessmentoring.co.uk to do that. I would also add that many businesses are accessing the mentoring service now. It's really as a result of post-COVID environment. So many businesses are looking at new business models and new markets. So pre-COVID, it was really your kind of typical business growth journey, but the economic environment is really quite different now to what it used to be. So many businesses that are accessing the service is to remodel and reimagine their business services and business operations. So I'm sure many of you may be in a similar situation as well. I'll pause there and pass back to Heather. Thank you.
Thank you for that, Sharon Deep. I'm just going to swiftly pass you guys on to Karen Don now at Glasgow Life.
Thank you. Hello, and thank you for the opportunity to speak to you about the benefits of using Glasgow Library resources as a Chamber of Commerce member. My name is Karen Don, and I'm the business librarian with Glasgow Libraries, based in the Mitchell Library. I work in the BIPC Centre, and this stands for Business and Intellectual Property Centre. We provide support and information for anyone who's interested in starting or building a business, with our unique selling point being intellectual property. How to protect your ideas and avoid inadvertently stealing someone else's ideas. I'm now going to explain a little bit about the resources we have available to anyone with a Glasgow Life library card. Our business offer comprises of online resources, webinars, workshops, events, clinics, experts in residence, industry guides and books, and I'm going to tell you a wee bit about each. We've got access to many exclusive online business resources, which can be accessed through Glasgow Library's website or in person here at the Mitchell with only a library card. First, there's Cobra, which is available in libraries and remotely via your library card number. Cobra stands for Complete Business Reference Advisor, and it's a great place to start for all your business information needs. British Standards Online is another resource available both in libraries and remotely via your card, and gives free access to British standards. Fame is read-only in all libraries, downloadable in the Mitchell, and you can email us at the BIPC too. It can be used to create targeted marketing lists, and there is a cost involved for reports on more than 50 companies. More information on this available at BIPC. Mintel is available at Mitchell only and can be used to support market research. Local data online and funds online are also available in the Mitchell. We offer workshops and webinars with IPO trained staff on intellectual property, business support, environmental support, and more. We've got free events in the Mitchell or online, which are all bookable through Eventbrite. Our next event is on the 21st of June. And that is High Street Heroes, a live screening from the British Library with networking opportunities. And I have to add, there's free cake too. We also provide access to experts in residence on the following subjects: digital marketing, legal advice, chartered accountant, IP attorney, social enterprise advisor, and GCC business advisor. Within the Mitchell Library, we've got free Wi-Fi, use of desk space, access to business books and industry guides. We're also able to provide informal areas for one-to-one meetings. We're happy to provide training on any of the resources we have available. Now, I know that's been a whistle-top tour of what we have available here, but for any more information, please check our website, email us on business@glasgowlife.org.uk, or check the member offer page at the Glasgow of Commerce page. I'll put our email address up on the chat, but please remember, we're here to support or signpost, regardless of what you may need. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you.
Thanks, Karen. That was great. Thank you. We'll just move quickly on to Lee Parker from Access to Funding. I'm aware that it's almost 1 o'clock, so hopefully you have an extra 5 minutes or so. But if not, just let us know in the chat and then we'll get it sorted and we'll get it sent out to you anyway. Thanks.
Thanks, Heather. Well, I promise you I won't talk too much. So my name's Lee Parker. I work for a company called Access to Funding. We specialise in R&D tax, which I know a lot of business owners will have had lots and lots of calls about it and don't follow through the phone call, if I'm honest, because they think it's something that's not right for them. We are part of 14 chambers now across the UK who offer this service with chambers. Work very closely with Sarah Heaney, who's in my top right hand corner. I've yet to meet her yet, unfortunately, because of COVID rules, with Boris having one rule and Nicola having another. I haven't been able to actually get there, but fingers crossed over the next couple of weeks I'll be able to get there. Essentially, we offer free support in regards to your R&D tax credits. It's literally a phone call conversation where we can explore if your business, for one, does do R&D, and if so, if you're eligible to claim R&D. I have lots of conversations with members from Glasgow Chamber about what R&D is. They believe they have it, and then we have to have that conversation so they understand what HMRC believes R&D is and what a business believes R&D is. So we've had lots of conversations to support those members recently. We also do more than just R&D, so we can also look after you with your R&D tax credits, anything to do with capital allowance, embedded capital allowance, patent box, land remediation. There is so many specialist tax services that we offer support with to members. Part of the process that we've agreed with Sarah and being a partner is that if you decide to use us for any of your services, we will pay for your chamber membership for your next year. So you'll have a completely free membership through the chamber if you come and work with us. And that's not only to support yourself as a business, but also to support the chamber as well in growth. So thank you very much for your time. It was only a quick, brief introduction. You'd be pleased to know I haven't bored you to death already with R&D, but if you do pick up the phone, it will be a little bit more of a conversation, I'm afraid, than what's happened now. And Miles, lovely to see you again. It's been, I think, 3 years since I've seen your face, but lovely to see you again at last. I used to work with Miles. I used to work at the chamber down in Staffordshire, so it looks like his beard's grown a bit more than what I saw him last. But pleasure speaking to you all today. I'll put my details in the chat, and it'd be lovely to get hold and speak to you all soon. Thank you. Cheers, Heather. Thanks, Shay.
Take care, mate.
Thank you for that, Lee. So another one of our affinity partners is the Scottish Business Resilience Centre. Unfortunately, again, they couldn't make it today. However, all the information about them can be found on our website. So if you have any questions, please get in touch with the membership team at membership@glasgowchamberofcommerce.com.
There I am, I'm not unmuting myself. So we know there's been a lot to take in, and as I said at the beginning, we'll share all this information with you. So this is really just a starting point of for maximising your membership. So remember that we're all here to support our members, champion Glasgow. So get in touch with us if you need to know anything else. So everything that you heard this afternoon is about your essential membership. So I'm just going to pass over to Sarah Heaney quickly, just to go over the partner level membership benefits.
Great, thank you very much, Heather and Shay. And yes, I will be very quick. And I would say the biggest thing about partner level membership is to get in touch with us and start those conversations if you're looking to upgrade. So we've got 3 levels of partner level membership, which is silver, gold and platinum. So the silver partner members are predominantly the ones that I account manage, and that's aimed at businesses who are keen to engage in the future direction of the city. They're interested in supporting growth, inward investment, and generally to lead by example. They're generally interested in policy and economic representation, as well as maintaining and building new influential relationships with our network of businesses, as well as our local and national stakeholders through membership of the Glasgow Business Resilience Council, as well as the President 1783 network, which has already been mentioned. And like I said, get in touch with myself if you are already a silver partner and you want some more information, or if you are currently an essential membership and you're looking to upgrade, then we can start those conversations. Our gold and platinum partnerships are much more bespoke, so I won't actually go into very much detail at all on them. These organisations are demonstrating their commitment not only to Glasgow Chamber, but to the city of Glasgow.
Our senior team work very closely with them and help to demonstrate their influence in the city and the wider region. There's a limited number of places and opportunities to join at this exclusive partnership level, which are all tailored to the individual business needs. And if you are interested in that, again, get in touch with myself and I'll make an introduction to our commercial director to start those conversations with you. And I'll pass back on to you, Heather and Shane.
Fab, thanks, Sarah. So that's us just about done. I'm just going to pass over to Richard Muir, who is going to just give us the closing points, if possible.
Thank you, Heather. Good afternoon, everyone. Great to see so many new faces and a few familiar ones as well. Lovely to see you. As Heather said, I'm Richard Muir. I'm the Deputy Chief Exec of Glasgow Chamber of Commerce. I have been for the last 5 or 6 years. And basically work right across all commercial activities of the Chamber. So everything you've heard about today, principally membership services, Marcoms, events, training, and international trade, and get heavily involved in project delivery as well. So things like international trade missions and putting together bids for things like Glasgow's Freeport, which you might see more about in the press in the coming days. So the Glasgow Chamber of Commerce has been the voice of business for, well, since 1783, and we continue to do that. And I think one of the things I'd like to leave with you is that post-pandemic, we're so keen to make sure that the customer experience and member experience you get from the Chamber is excellent and is continually improving, and that there is ROI, there's return on investment and delivery for you guys. So we're keen to help in all aspects of your business. And I just want to say a big thank you to all the speakers today. I know you've had a lot of information put to you, but thank you to all the speakers, to all the partners, and principally to you, our members, because without you, we are nothing. We are our members, and we want to reflect your success right across the board. So thank you also to Heather and to Shay for hosting today. And I hope you've found it really useful and you've picked up tips to help your business to progress. Particularly post-pandemic, there's lots of challenges, but the Chamber is here to help you to continue to connect, to learn, to trade, and please engage with us. That's the key word I would leave with you. It's all about engagement, and it's a two-way engagement. So lots of information today. Please pick up the phone or get in touch with Shay, with Heather, with me. Keep in touch, and we really hope to see you all in person at Chamber events in the coming weeks and months. But please keep in touch and we'll see you soon. And I don't want to get in the way of your lunch. So thank you for all your time today and we'll see you all soon. Bye for now.
Thank you, everyone. Bye, Richard. Take care.
Bye.
Thank you. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, Heather. Thanks,
See you,
Shane.
Heather.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Bye, bye-bye. Take care.